Holy smokes everyone, yesterday we had a big sell-off in the Nasdaq and in the S&P 500, but is now starting to spread into the precious metals market. For those of you that don't know, yesterday the Nasdaq fell 3.34% and the S&P was down 1.94%, one of the biggest drops in months. And this has led a global stock market sell-off, not just in the US. Where I'm in Australia, the ASX fell 2.7% today, and also the Nikkei was down 2.8% as well. And we're also seeing a sell-off in the European markets, down around 1.2% on average. But I already talked about the stock market yesterday. In today's video, I'm going to be talking specifically about what's happening with gold and silver and speak to my precious metal investors. So everyone, what's causing this sell-off? Will it get worse? And what should we do? Let's have a look. So as I'm recording this, gold is down around 1.64%, silver is down a massive 4.27%, and we're also seeing the other metals sell off like platinum and palladium and copper. Now what's causing this sell-off is a huge statement that came out yesterday from the Federal Reserve meeting minutes in December. And what they announced is not only they're going to stop buying US treasuries and mortgage-backed securities, they're going to completely taper their asset purchases by March. They also announced they're going to start hiking interest rates sooner than they expected, and there's going to be 3 rate hikes this year and 3 rate hikes the following year. But the markets were somewhat expecting this, but what they didn't expect is the Federal Reserve announced not only would it no longer buy US treasuries and mortgage-backed securities, but its balance sheet that has gone from a massive $4 trillion to $8 trillion, they saying they're going to start selling off assets. They're going to start selling bonds. And what this caused is the US 10-year treasury yields to go up. Now, when interest rates go up, when the dollar goes up, asset prices fall, especially commodities. And I'll bring up a chart here of the 10-year US treasury yield. We can see over the past 5 days, it has gone from a yield of around 1.5% all the way up to 1.74%. Now, it's not only interest rates going up, but it's also the speed at which interest rates go up. The markets maybe can expect and price in interest rate hikes. The markets knew eventually interest rates were going to go up, but they didn't know it was going to go up this soon. And I did a video 2 days ago on gold and on silver and how the banks were manipulating it. And I also went over in that video that if the Federal Reserve does start tapering its balance sheet and if they start raising interest rates sooner, even precious metals are going to fall along with the stock market. So that's what's causing the sell-off today. But what you're probably wanting to know is, will it get worse? And also the best way for us to know what may happen in the future. Now remember, no one has a crystal ball. We can't predict the future, but history doesn't always repeat, but it often rhymes. So I did some research to see what exactly happened to gold's price the last time the Federal Reserve started hiking interest rates in 2018. And this is what I found, everyone. So I'll bring up a chart here of the federal funds rate. This is the interest rate the Federal Reserve sets. And when they last started lifting interest rates in 2016, and then when they started going really crazy in November 2016, let's have a look to see what happened to the gold price. So I'll bring up the chart here of gold, and we can see here in 2016, in October and in November, that's when gold started to fall from its highs of around $1,344, and it dropped around 15% to $1,139. So again, what happened between that time period of September 2016 to December? Well, again, I bring up the chart of the Federal Reserve's fund rate, the interest rate. We can see from September all the way to December, that's when the Federal Reserve started hiking interest rates. Now, I bring up the chart of gold again. There was a rebound all the way up until April of 2018. Maybe the markets thought that the worst was over, that they weren't going to keep on lifting interest rates. But then we can see from February and April 2018, gold fell again from $1,347 down to around $1,194, a roughly 10% correction. Now again, I'll bring up the chart of the Federal Reserve's fund rate. We can see in 2018, this was when the markets really started to get spooked, because even if interest rates just go up 2%, this really hurts the market. And we can see from April 2018 to December 2018, interest rates went all the way from 1.7% all the way up to around 2.2%. When we look at the chart of gold and look what happens when the Federal Reserve lifts interest rates, we can see prices tend to fall for every 1 or 2% lift in interest rates by 10 to 15%. Now, this doesn't mean things are going to play out exactly like what they did in 2017 and 2018, but it gives us a rough guide to see what may happen. So what this simply means is, even though gold and silver is falling now, and you may think this is a great opportunity, yes, it may be, but it also may not. And what we learn from these charts, it may have anywhere between another 10 and 15% decline coming. Now, this doesn't mean I'm telling you to sell all your gold or try to time the market. You may want to slowly dollar cost average in, don't go all in on this dip. But if prices do fall another 10 or 15%, like what happened in 2018, and like I've been warning about, and like Elon Musk is warning about, a lot of economists are now warning that we may enter a recession in late 2022. But what happened when we hit a recession in 2020? Well, I'll bring up the chart here. We can see gold rallied all the way from $1,400 all the way up to $2,000. And this is where the real money is made in precious metals. Not when everyone's saying, the economy is great, the markets are great. When there is a lot of fear and when a recession comes, people that hold gold, that hold silver as insurance, that's when the portfolio really shines. And for all those who accumulated in the bear market when everyone says that, gold and silver's dead, they're the ones that get rewarded most. So everyone, that was a quick update of why gold and silver is falling now, some lessons we can learn from history, but what do you think will happen in 2022? Let me know. Now, for all my loyal viewers and subscribers still watching, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll put up some other videos here. I'll see you there.